Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe at home. Today we are going to start our third chapter, the first farmers and herders of history. In the last chapter, you have learned about the Stone Age, stages of Stone Age, and the first stage, Paleolithic Age, you have read. In this chapter, we will read about the Mesolithic Age and Neolithic Age and Chalcolithic Age. Firstly, we are going to start Mesolithic Age. Mesolithic Age is also known as Middle Stone Age. Early man had to become a keen observer of nature to fulfill his basic requirements of food. Over the years, he tried to find ways and means to make his life more comfortable and secure. And in the Mesolithic Age, many grain bearing grasses like wheat, rice, and barley grew naturally in different parts of the continent. And they learned where these grasses grew and when they ripened. He made a lot of inventions and discoveries. So, all these things favored human survival. Mesolithic age was followed by Paleolithic age. This was a period of transition or change and is called the Mesolithic period. Mesolithic period began around 10,000 BCE. We know about the life of Mesolithic man in India from three types of sources. What are these three types of sources? Tools, cave and paintings, and burials. Firstly, we will read about the tools. Mesolithic man made small, sharp, and pointy stone tools. They are called microliths. Meaning of micro means small. He learned to make small tools by using bones and horns along with stones. These materials were more flexible and lighter than stone. They also made a large variety of things like bows, arrows, and fishing hooks. Heavy tools gave way to smaller and more refined ones called microliths. For example, man could now collect honey, he could hunt swift moving prey with bows and arrows, and use hooks to fish. Fish became an important item of food. Then, domestication of plants and animals. Domestication began in the Mesolithic age, where he learned to grow crops and tame animals. He learned about the cultivation. Man observed that when seeds fell in the ground and received water, they grew into plants that bore grains. Thus, another means of getting food besides hunting and gathering was now available to him by growing crops or agriculture. In this period, the dog was the first animal to be tamed, and it was used during hunting and for keeping watch. What is domestication? All these processes by which plants and animals are brought under human control are together called domestication. कौन कौन से किस तरह के हाउसेस में वो रहता था? Most of the people were still nomad, moved from one place to another, or lived in rock shelters and caves. These people made their own primitive houses, and these houses were built in the river valleys where the water was available and the soil was very fertile for growing crops. Paintings. Cave and rock paintings belong to the Mesolithic age. Red and white colors are used, and they made these colors from rocks and available minerals. The paintings tell us about the Mesolithic methods of hunting, fishing, and religious worship, etc. Burials. Remains of human burials have been found at some Mesolithic sites. When they buried the dead, they offer them food and ornaments. Next age is Neolithic age, and the period following the Mesolithic age is called the Neolithic age or the New Stone age. And Neolithic age was extended from 8000 BCE to 4000 BC. The culture of Neolithic age shows a remarkable change in the life of man. Some areas in India where the Neolithic sites have been discovered are Kashmir, Northern Vindhyas, Middle Ganga Valley, Eastern, Northeastern and Southern India. Farming and herding in Neolithic age. In Neolithic age, man changed from food gatherer to food producer. He learned to take care of the crops he sowed, and he began to rear animals. He started producing his own food like barley, wheat and rice. Once the grains were cultivated, they needed to be stored. So, granaries were constructed to collect and store grains for a long period of time. Neolithic man domesticated animals like sheep, goats, dogs, horses for milk as well as meat. He started to use the cattle in agricultural work and as means of transport. To take care of his crops, man needed to stay at one place for a long time. So, permanent human settlements began to be established and community life began to take shape. According to the archaeologist, some important regions are Northwest India, Kashmir, East and South India. These areas are said to be settlement sites of hunter gatherers. The evidence of grains and bones have been found at various places such as wheat, gram, ox, buffalo from Tirand, now in Bihar, wheat, barley, sheep, goat, cattle from Mehergarh, now in Pakistan, etc. Other sites have also been discovered like Burzahom in Kashmir, Piklihull in Raichur, Halur in Karnataka, etc. Neolithic tools. In this age, man used harder stones to make tools, and the tools were well shaped, well polished, and a sharp cutting edge. He used stone and axes, plows, and sickles, which helped them in farming. Bone tools were also widely used during this period. So, students, today we have learned about the Mesolithic age and the Neolithic age. I hope you will read the chapter thoroughly and try to understand the concept. In the next lecture, we will continue the same chapter. Thank you.